Yuma, my name's Wally Bell. I'm an Ngunnawal man. I have lived here on country all my life. I grew up in a little place called Yass. We eventually moved out to a smaller place called Jerawa. It's out there that I learned about being an Aboriginal man on country. It's through our traditional way of doing things. Dad took me out on country, taught me all about bush foods, bush medicines, how to source water, and basic survival skills on country. I am now in a good place where I do a lot of cultural heritage management work. So I look after basically a lot of the cultural features and things that we have here in the cultural landscape of our country, Ngunnawal country. And I also try to the best of my ability to help people understand that culture. I do things like walks and talks, where I take people out on country and show them basically what country is. Now, a lot of people have said that they've never been given that sort of outlook in itself on our connection as Aboriginal people to the land that we live on. Ngunnawal country is covers an area of something like 17,000 square kilometres. The whole of the ACT sits inside our traditional customary boundary. I can say that I've had the privilege of seeing a fair bit of that country due to my cultural heritage management works. The Ngunnawal people, we have 7 different clan groups. My clan group are the Yar people, so we're the ones that come from Yass. We abide by rules and regulations like everybody else. So we actually operate under community sort of rules and regulations as the different clan groups. But as an overall overarching sort of regime that we live under is our traditional customary law. Now, every Aboriginal group within Australia operates under that law. Now, if you look at the fact that there's well over 400 different tribal groups across Australia, your own mind will tell you that cultural practice is going to be different wherever you are in Australia. Because as Aboriginal people, we get our customs and our belief systems from this land that we're on. So, just to put it into perspective, if you go out onto Yuin country, different area altogether. Like here we have the plains and we have the mountains, but we also differ to the Yuin people, for instance, in that they've got plains and mountains in their background as well, but they've also got the sea. So they have to incorporate all that into their culture. So you can see in yourself then that cultural practice in itself is going to be quite different, diversified, different everywhere you go. So as Aboriginal people then, as I said, we operate under our traditional customary law. Now that law says that as Aboriginal people, we must welcome people onto our country. Now, like I said, it's going to be done differently wherever you go. So my clan group then, the Yar people, we're going to do it slightly different even to our other clan groups. So the way that we do it is we not only welcome you onto country, but we also offer up a protection for you while you're here on country. Now that protection comes in 2 forms. Physical protection, which is taken care of by what we call our spirit of the land. So that spirit of the land looks after you as you're actually walking around on country, putting foot on the land itself. Which means that it tries to make sure that you don't have any trips and falls and accidents and things like that and injure yourself in a physical sense. The other protection we offer up is spiritual protection. Now, as Aboriginal people, our strongest belief is that we all come from the land. We're placed here for a certain time, in which time we become carers of the country, traditional custodians of the land. And when our time is up, then we also then go back to the land from where we came. So that's where our ancestral spirits reside. So they're our past generations. They're the ones that have already been here for a while and gone, looked after the place and then gone back to the land. Now, we've occupied this area for, at least 25,000 years. So over that time period, then you can understand then that there's a lot of past generations that have gone back to the land. So we task them with looking after you in a spiritual sense, because under our belief systems we know that there's bad spirit out on country. Now that spirit you can't see or touch or anything like that, but everybody watching knows that they have their own personal aura. Now that's something you carry with you all the way through your life. And there are times when you don't feel that good, something on the downside, sick or sad or something like that. And that's because we know that that bad spirit has latched on to your personal aura. And they always do bad things, because they're bad spirit. So that's where we ask our ancestral spirits then to remove that stuff, because we don't want it here on country. We don't want it to affect you, and we most certainly don't want it to affect the land that you're on. So, to be able to get those spirits to come and join me and welcome you onto country, then looking after you while you're here, I have to make a little bit of noise and ask them to come and join me. My way of doing that is I play my clapsticks and then I do the calling of the spirits. Okay. Oh, my being an Ngunnawal man, and also the fact that I'm out on country a lot, I have close ties with the land from which I came. I can feel those spirits have now joined me. And as I said then, the spirit of the land will now look after you in that physical sense, as you're walking around on country. Our ancestral spirits, the ones that reside in the land, they're now looking at your auras, checking out to make sure there's no bad spirit attached to it. But if they do find that stuff, they just grab hold of it, toss it off country, get rid of it, because it's something we don't want here. The spirits do ask that you do two things while you're on country. First one, really important: respect this place that you're in. Look after it and care for it, as we have done for thousands of years. Second thing they want you to do is also to respect and be kind and courteous to other people that you meet while you're on country. So if you do these two things for us, the spirits will then harmonise with your stay on Ngunnawal country. May the spirits be with you today, tomorrow, and for always. I'll close off with some words in language. Darawa nunna, darawa nunawal. Yangu nalaweli danamayan, naliganawali. Yomalunde. This land is Ngunnawal land. We've all come together today, sit and talk. Welcome. Janyamaba, thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to LCA 2022. I'd like to thank Wally Bell from the Brewer-Ngunnawal Aboriginal Corporation for our opening Welcome to Country. I'm speaking to you from the city of Canberra, which is on Ngunnawal land. I'm Miles Goodhew, and I'm your conference director and host for today. Let's get the show started. Last night, we had our newcomer session, and thanks to Donna Benjamin, Nicola Nye, Steve Ellis, and Hugh Blemmings for running this for us. Thanks a lot for that, and we hope you all enjoyed the session. Our conference program is packed with goodies. Today is day one, where we have our 4 wonderful mini-confs, namely Go Glam, hosted by Sarah Germain and Clinton Roy, Open Hardware, brought to you by John Oxer and Andy Jelmy, Systems Administration, hosted by Simon Lyle and Ewan McNeil, and the Kernel Mini-Conf, brought to you by Andrew Denellan. Note that the schedule is in the main conference website. After the opening day, we will have our first keynote and then 2 blocks of mini-conf sessions with a lunch break in between. We will close out the day with a special lock note presentation, so please be back here for the close. Day 2 and Day 3 bring you 48 talks, 2 more keynotes, and 1 special PDNS speaker. We can have hallway tracks using the channels functionality of the Venulus conference system. If you want a specific channel created, just let the team know in the Rego Desk channel. All of the talks are streaming to you through our 4 venue stages. Each of the stages are named after First Nations words, generally meaning hello. These are Kaya, the Nyungao greeting from around Perth and southwestern Australia, Wamajeka, the Wurundjeri greeting from around Melbourne, Yuma, the Ngunnawal greeting from around Canberra, and Kia ora, the Maori greeting from New Zealand. This conference wouldn't be happening without these wonderful people. 14 volunteers, 9 core team members, and 1 AV team. The core team came together when we realized an in-person conference wouldn't be possible in 2022. Building on what was learned last year, we hope to achieve even better results this year. We also wouldn't be here without the support of our fantastic sponsors. One of our Emperor Penguin sponsors and a long-time supporter of linux.conf.au, IBM. Our other Emperor Penguin sponsor, Google. Our King Penguin sponsors, ARM, who are also sponsoring our Outreach and Inclusion program, and our other King Penguin sponsor, Red Hat. Our Royal Penguin sponsors, SUSE and ThinkStream. Our Adelie Penguin sponsors, Instacluster, Linux Professional Institute, who are also offering all attendees a 30% discount on Linux certification exams. There's more detail on it later. Collabora, who are one of our 2 sponsors for live captioning of our keynote sessions. And Code Construct, who are also sponsoring the Kernel Mini-Conf. Our Fairy Penguin sponsor is Elastic, who are also sponsoring the live captioning of our keynote sessions. Our wonderful contributor level ticket holders. And our in-kind sponsors, Sticker Mule, who provided us with all the stickers in the swag parcels, The Sizzle for some of our door prizes, and No Starch Press for more door prizes. Note that there are discount codes in the conference website for No Starch Press, The Sizzle, as well as the LPI exam discount. Please go and check the website for details and come and annoy us in the Rego if we've missed something out. Our carbon footprint Reduction trees are planted by 15 trees. Also, as a thank you to our keynotes, speakers and mini-conf organisers, we are planting 15 trees per speaker to offset 1 vehicle each. Thank you to Venulous, the open source platform we've been using for the past 2 years for linux.conf.au and other Linux Australia conferences. Thank you to our wonderful auspicers, Linux Australia, for making LCA 2022 possible. I would like now to hand over to Sarah Germain, the outgoing president of Linux Australia, to say a few words. Sarah.
Thanks, Miles. Woman Jekka, everyone. I'm coming to you from the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and I would like to welcome and pay my respects to any First Nations people that are joining us today. Linux Australia is a grassroots open source organisation that provides logistical, financial, and legal frameworks for open source communities in Australia and New Zealand. We are proud to bring you this conference each and every year, and I just wanted to bring up 2 things with you today. Firstly, the Linux Australia AGM is during tomorrow's lunchtime break, and we'd love for you to join us. Secondly, if you're interested in knowing more about what Linux Australia does all year, Julian and I will be presenting on Sunday at 3:45 AEDT. We would love to have you come along and contribute to our project, Linux Australia. Thank you to all that are attending today and tomorrow and on Sunday. And also, thank you to the core team for organising this wonderful conference for us. This wouldn't happen without you. And back to you, Miles.
Thanks, Sarah. Okay, now we're going to get into the ever-important housekeeping stuff. As most of the conference team are live in Eastern Daylight Saving Time, which is UTC plus 11, the conference will be operating in this time zone. All times shown in these slides will be relative to that time zone. There will be a live illustration drawn for our keynote sessions. Have a look at the Illustrator stage to see this. Note that you will need to open the stage in a separate window or tab in order to be able to see both the keynote speaker and viewing the illustration at the same time. We're here to help you. Please just ask in the Regio Desk channel in the Venulous conference platform. Regio will be open from 8:30 a.m. each day until the close each evening. Remember to look after yourself. We have deliberately put in breaks all over the place so you can get up, grab a coffee, chocolate, snacks, or just go and walk the dog. One thing to bear in mind, remember most of us are doing this from home, including our speakers. We are sharing our knowledge with you and welcoming you into our homes. This can be a vulnerable space for us. Life happens, so please be sympathetic. We are completely okay with kids and pets photobombing us, as well as all sorts of heavy vehicles and power tools making their presence felt from outside. So please be understanding. Linux Australia enforces a code of conduct for LCA. Please make sure you have read the code of conduct. You are expected to abide by it regardless. If you need to speak to a member of the conference organizing team, please DM or contact Sarah or Joel, and that's SAERA in case you're wondering, or alternatively contact us at safety@lca2022.linux.org.au. If you need help, ping us in the Regio Desk channel or email us at contact@lca2022.linux.org.au. If you have a local emergency, please call your local emergency number. In Australia, this is 000. Are you on the socials? Tweet, Snapchat, Reddit, Facebook, or LinkedIn us using hashtag LCA2022 or hashtag linux.conf.au. At the moment, we fortunately appear to own these hashtags, unlike in some previous years. Share the swag you bought from Redbubble with us, or just point out particular awesome presentations you've seen. Okay, we're nearly there. Just a reminder that our keynote presenters are Brian Kernighan, Kathy Reed, John O'Bacon, and Liz Fong-Jones, with a special PDNS presentation from Anthony Green tomorrow night. Keynotes will be speaking each morning and one afternoon. Unfortunately, we aren't able to have questions for keynotes due to the tight schedules. We'll be starting each day at 9 a.m. following this day. At every keynote session, we'll be giving away actual prizes for virtual door entry. This morning, we have a 1-year subscription to the Sizzle and a $20 discount voucher with no starch press to give away. After the drum roll, and I hope this works, prizes should go to Richard Van Dieren and Simon Lees. You have until the end of the upcoming keynote to claim. Whoever is drawn first gets to pick what they want. Come to the Regio desk and ping Sarah. That's Saera again. Otherwise, we will redraw tomorrow.